Okay, well, that was fun. Hopefully for real this time.
I see it. I see it going up.
1 second. Quick, Xavier, vamp about something.
Give us some of your theories, your conspiracy theories again.
They're not theories, they're real. Oh.
Tell us exactly how Lucifer has a gay relationship with God.
Okay, sorry. My lovely Raven needed to borrow a pair of headsets. In other words, or in other news, I should say, it's super pretty, you guys. Also, I don't know what it is about, like, V5 books specifically, because I've ordered, like, premium Kickstarter stuff from Onyx Path before. That's how I got my, what was it? Lore of the Clans. But for some reason, V5 books just smell so fucking good.
Mainlining that new book smell.
Oh, hell yeah.
I know the addiction.
So good. But V5 books just smell better than any others. I don't know why. I'm not a shill, I swear.
They're sprinkled with a little bit of vitae.
With my luck, it's probably just asbestos in the glue or something. Glenn Couch, yes, I do have a beard. I don't know if you saw it last week. I haven't uploaded the video yet. I'm trying something new. People seem to like it. Maybe I'll stick with it. Who knows? Let's find out. But tonight, that is not what we're here to discuss. Tonight, we are here to discuss an animal out of context. You see, previously, Gabriel the Caitiff, after being accepted into the ranks of the new Toreador Justicar as an Archon, finally achieving your goal, you were given essentially a few weeks of downtime to return to your old stomping grounds, take one last look around before being shipped off to the Gehenna Crusade in the Middle East. As you did so, you were approached by a very strange ghoul who, you being a known Golconda seeker, invited you to a lecture by a vampire psychologist, and of course you brought the coterie. After achieving your power armor, as you typically do, you brought your coterie to this lecture where this vampire psychologist explained a theory that in order to reach Golconda, rather than deny the beast, we should learn to embrace it, that the id, the ego, and the superego must be in balance for the id to try not to overcompensate. Sanitarium 33935. Why, thank you very much. I appreciate that, but I don't think anything will ever rival the majesty of Josh's beard. He said that once the id, the ego, and the superego were in balance, you might finally be able to achieve Golconda. Now, there was some grumbling about this, but then he provided a demonstration / experiment. You were shown on a video monitor that he had in captivity some young woman, you're not sure what, and she looked like she had been through a terrible ordeal with fresh bruises and cuts all over her body and her visage. And then suddenly on the video feed, a door opened. She absconded into the darkness. And this blood that she was bleeding was so potent that it almost drove one of the local gangrel to frenzy. It was so luscious, so potent, so delicious, so charged with that energy that your beast craves.
Oh, and Xavier cut that dude's arm off.
Xavier totally mutilated an innocent gangrel whose help you might need later if I know your plans. We'll see what happens. The coterie spread out through the 2030 style mansion that the demonstration is being held at. Orpheus provided cameras to everyone. Roxanne, who is not here tonight, positioned his on the roof overlooking the main gate. Gabriel positioned his down a long hallway looking out onto the doors leading to the garage. I don't believe the third one has yet been placed. The Black Snow Prince, as he was exploring the mansion, began to catch a whiff of this extravagant, luscious blood, luring him towards the library where a carpet had been displaced, and below there was a trapdoor leading into darkness. The Black Snow Prince was descending into darkness. I believe Gabriel was following him. And Orpheus, if I'm not mistaken, Yorkie96, how you doing? If I'm not mistaken, Orpheus, you had abandoned your post as sort of the oracle for the group, and you were heading upstairs, were you not?
Why would I?
I don't know. You tell me. But, Yusuf, I'm terribly sorry I forgot your music today, sir. I will fix that in just a moment. Now, as I said earlier, Adam is not here at the moment, so I will take that to mean that he is currently, right now, just circling over and over again, picking up the gangrel and dunking him in the lake repeatedly.
I think I'm a nerd.
So that problem is effectively dealt with for you.
Let's hope he doesn't fall asleep, while flying. And, hit a window like a bird.
Just like Adam, all of his characters have a tendency to pass out at inopportune moments.
Oh no.
So where are we picking up then?
Let's actually start. Well, so Orpheus, you're still maintaining your vigil over the command center, yes?
I suppose so. I don't remember why I would go upstairs.
I thought somebody went upstairs. Was it Gabriel or? It's been a couple weeks. Okay,
I think
absolutely.
Gabriel went upstairs trying to find me.
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
The nickname Fur Shield. Well, I mean, it's neat. You must have done something to get that, though. Okay, so I will allow you to decide, Xavier. Did you go up, or are you following the Black Snow Prince down?
Who?
I'll go with the snow.
Okay. In which case, you see the Black Snow Prince. You can hear the creaking of a wooden ladder as he slowly lowers himself into darkness. As you get closer, you too can start smelling that very, very potent scent of blood welling up from the trapdoor that he's descended down. What do you want to do?
Activate my eyes of the beast.
Okay, not a problem. So you reach down for your vitae. You feel it kick through your system. Your eyes begin to glow a piercing red. And the shadows are thrown away before you as everything just starts to meld into this sort of smudgy black and white. But you can see very, very clearly in the darkness. Now, as you follow the Black Snow Prince, are you going to try to be stealthy and hide a little bit, or are you just going to blatantly boom, 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 I'm here, buddy, got your back?
I'll let him know I'm there, but yeah, continue stealthily.
Okay, so I'm going to try something a little bit different from now on. I want to try and cut down on the dice rolls a little bit, just to keep things moving a little better. So from now on, when I ask you for a dice pool, just tell me your rating, and if it's high enough, I won't even make you roll. You just auto-succeed, which is a rule in the book anyway. And if it's in question, I'll make you roll for it afterwards, which you'll probably succeed anyway. So, if I ask you for a dexterity stealth, Xavier, what is your dice pool?
10.
You have a 10?
Yep.
You know what? I'm actually surprised you only have a 10, given your dexterity. Okay. Alright, so you're able to hunker down. You're a trained anarch. You're clinging to the darkness. Black Snow Prince. Gabriel is making no attempt to hide his presence from you, so as you're making your way into the darkness, you can see the shadow draw over you. You look up, and there's Gabriel. Does either of you say or do anything?
Quick, do the sign.
I'll just ask, what are we hunting?
I'll say I'm hunting the one that I smell.
All according
She's
to
close.
Keikaku.
I believe last time I had activated my celerity scent.
Your celerity scent?
Yeah, I'm not celerity scent. Auspex.
I was like, you're smelling faster?
I can process 100 smells a second.
Yeah,
Yeah, I meant
I can-
Auspex.
Yeah.
Think fast.
Okay, not a problem. And again, it's really, really potent. So what I'm going to ask you to do for me right now is, why don't you give me a self-control roll? This one, Am I rather quiet? Am I quiet to you guys?
That everyone but Chaz is quiet.
No.
I'll boost myself just a little bit. Yeah,
He's
because...
the only one who's not quiet.
Oh!
But Yusuf said that you sound fine, as well as Yorkie.
Okay.
Yusuf said you're way too loud.
Ha!
You're too loud.
Okay. How's this? I lowered me a little bit. I boosted everybody else.
Boost.
Boost.
And Melinda took my other headphones, so I can't listen to us on Twitch. So somebody else is going to have to let me know. But yeah, chat, let me know. If you need any other changes, tell me. Okay.
Self-control's at a diff 8, right?
It depends on what I set it at. I'm just going to set it at a 5.
Oh, yeah. Still 2 successes.
Okay. So you can feel the claws of the beast pawing at the back of your skull. Constantly. Glad to hear it, Sandy. How's your blood?
My blood is almost full.
Okay. You're maybe salivating a little bit, which is ironically more blood for a vampire, but you got your head on straight. You're okay. And you can hear in the quietude, in the solitude, in the darkness, footsteps approaching rather frantically.
No, you're.
I'm going
approaching
to activate my presence.
You're activating awe?
Yes.
Okay, done deal. What about you, Gabriel? You're
I'm
doing
going to do
anything?
the opposite. Obfuscate.
Daunt.
Daunt.
Ugh. Dude, I wish I had that.
It's a cool power. Honestly, since we're using lore sheets anyway, I would not mind maybe talking about mixing in some of the cool stuff from V5 if you want some of the discipline powers. I might just have to reverse convert some stuff.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so you're hiding with your stealth 10. As the footsteps approach, let's cut to Orpheus. So Orpheus, you've got 2 camera feeds right now. I don't remember if the third one was ever placed. I don't think the Black Snow Prince placed it. Did you?
No, I don't want him to see anything I might potentially do as I am riding the beast.
Okay.
Or attempting to ride the beast.
You've got a dead feed right now. In one of the feeds pointing at the gate, you can just see Roxanne zipping back and forth. Every once in a while, carrying a very angry, flailing gangrel.
Who's currently scruffed.
Fuck.
What do you do, Orpheus?
Where's the other camera?
So you have one pointed at a long hallway. And you saw Gabriel and the Black Snow Prince disappear down a door in the hallway, and that's about it. So far, everything is static. The other one's watching Roxanne do his crap, and you can hear horrific banging, crashing noises coming from upstairs.
Alright, I'll take the bait. I'll go upstairs.
It's not a bait. I'm letting you know the situation. You do what you do.
I have spoken.
I have spoken.
I like that Orpheus says that in character. It's like, fate's tempting me. Okay, let's do it.
And then Fate's like, hang on, I'm not forcing you to do this.
Shut up, Fate.
The Malkavian Madness Network. This might be a bad idea.
But you're going to do it.
I have spoken.
So, are you going to take your surveillance equipment with you, or are you just kind of leave a station set up and then leave?
No, I'm gonna leave it. I'll come pick it up later. It's not going. It's not gonna run away.
Weren't you running it from your Nintendo Switch?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so we can pick it up and take it anyway. Thanks, Nintendo.
All right, then. As you head upstairs, you exit the dining room where the demonstration was originally held. You sweep up this great tapering staircase up to the 2nd floor. And as you look around and take in the scene, you can see that Doors have been ripped off its hinges. Chairs and different furnitures have just been splintered and broken. From down the hallway, maybe 3 smashed, splintered, kicked in, flindered doors down. Seems to be where the crashing seems to be emanating from currently.
Are you sure you don't want either of us there?
I'll obfuscate. I got that.
Yeah, you can. You can hella obfuscate if I recall.
Yeah, I'm really good at that.
Sometimes you forget you're obfuscating.
Wait, do you have the ability that makes you look like someone else?
Yes, I do.
You can make yourself just look like me.
I don't think that that can only be beneficial or very bad.
Orpheus, how's your perception alertness?
My perception alertness,
Oh no.
not good. That's
This
that's a 3.
A 3?
Ooh.
Why don't you give me a roll? And we'll just call it standard difficulty.
Okay, man.
Is it true that Orpheus has given entire lectures while obfuscated?
They just think he's doing it over the intercom.
Like, that
It's
sounds
really
like
weird when the beakers start moving, though.
animatronics.
That's 1.
1.
I was gonna say, it just seems like the experiments at the front of the lecture hall are running themselves while the PowerPoint is clicking by itself.
And still playing the Switch.
And then there's just one jealous mage just like, so much paradox.
At the far end of the hallway, you can see that there is a window, a small window slid open. It doesn't look like the destruction has reached it yet.
So there's a door where all the noise is coming from, and past the door there's an open window.
There are several doors, most of them smashed. The noise happens to be coming from one door, also smashed, and past the destruction, there's a window, yes.
Well, I guess I'm gonna obfuscate and, walk along the hallway.
Okay, not a problem. Your obfuscate blurs you from all 5 senses, basically. As you pass the door where the noise was coming from, you see Brett Stryker in a very Motley Crue-esque tantrum, just trashing room after room, ripping up the bed, throwing it against the wall, kicking in closet doors, trying to find this woman. He looks slightly crazed. There's an odd light in his eyes. He's not entirely beast-ridden yet, nor is he terribly far from it. But he doesn't even notice you as you slink down the hallway towards the window.
Can I close it and lock the door? And he's like, click, just to slightly slow him down.
Again, the door does seem to be in splinters.
Livewire by Motley Crue is playing in the background.
As you approach the window, there's another door to your left. Again, it doesn't look like he's been here yet. It's still fully intact.
Must be nothing in here then.
Must be my
this window?
imagination.
But what about this window?
What about it? You tell me.
Can I see through it?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said,
That indeed does sound like a window.
As I said, it is currently open, so you could even poke your head out and look around if you wanted.
Very well. I will poke my head out and look around a little if I choose to.
If you choose to. So what does Orpheus do?
What I just said.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, if I choose to is not an action. Thank you, Yusuf.
It is time Alcavian.
That's hard to argue with. All right. As you're looking around, Orpheus, let's go back to the Black Snow Prince and Gabriel. So, you activated your awe, Josh. Gabriel is sort of hunkered down in the shadows. Do you have anything that allows you to see down here?
No.
Okay.
Unless I were to activate my aspects, and I could perhaps see slightly better. Unless it's completely black out here. Down here.
No, just use echolocation.
It's probably not completely black, but I will say, Black Snow Prince, you see a figure running towards you frantically, but can't really make out anything more than a general shape. Gabriel, with your Eyes of the Beast active and this... You know, come to think of it, your eyes are glowing red right now, and that kind of makes stealthing pretty difficult. Are you doing anything to mitigate that?
Obfuscate 2 not help?
You actually do have Obfuscate? I thought you were fucking around.
No. No, yeah, get Obfuscate 2.
Okay. No, you're good then. You have a laundry list of fucking disciplines. I couldn't keep track. Alright, yeah, no, you're fine. With your Eyes of the Beast active...
Jibril has more, unfortunately.
With your Eyes of the Beast active, you can see the figure approaching is actually Jason Newberry, the Malkavian Primogen. And... what is your dice pool for perception, empathy?
3.
3, okay. Yeah, you can tell the look on his face is... You're not quite sure...
Flipping?
Possibly some kind of panic, possibly some kind of worry, possibly some kind of, well, that about sums it up, yeah. All the synonyms that I was cycling through are all different variations of that, so... Pants pooping is good.
Okay, well... when he is close enough, I will address.
Okay, well, Black Snow Prince is closer. So what do you do as you see this figure running towards you?
In a very gentle voice, trying to play with awe. And trying to think of it as this natural extension of who I am and who I'm becoming. As the Black Snow Prince is trying to get in touch with his inner beast. He's going to say, "Halt. There's no need to run. Come here."
So he will stop. And he'll take a couple steps forward. You still can't quite see who it is, but you recognize the voice immediately as he speaks. Ah, yes, Black Snow Prince, the Harpy. Bit of a need to run, I'm afraid. Bit of an emergency. Would you come here, as a matter of fact? And he'll sort of turn and burn down the hallway after lingering for a moment by an effect of your awe.
I'm going to celerity run ahead of him.
Okay.
Hand on my katana, ready to pull a... what's it called? An Ido or something?
I know what you're talking about, the slash draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabriel, what do you do?
I guess I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. Are you also Naruto running through the darkness?
Yes. Nothing's cooler than Batman and Naruto running.
Okay, you guys zip past Jason Newberry as you navigate this hall that seems to twist around in itself, drop down a level, and keep going. And as you do so, you emerge through this metal door hanging ajar into what appears to be this sterile white laboratory. On one wall is a computer system. Looks fairly old-ish, maybe like an early 2000s Hewlett-Packard. Just completely blue-screened. And on the other side of the wall, there is what appears to be a cage or a jail cell. Inside the cell is several people of varying ages, varying physicalities, varying ethnicities. We'll say maybe 3 or 4. And they're all huddled in one corner. And as you look to see what they're cowering from, you can see Mercy Valdez, the thin blood from earlier. The one who specifically told you she hadn't had a drink before coming, since she thought she could feed without hurting anyone, as refreshments were offered. And she slowly curled on the floor in a fetal position, rocking back and forth. You can see her eyes flickering and her fangs basically at full mast here. And as you enter this room, I'm going to ask both of you for another self-control roll, this time at a difficulty 6.
Oh boy.
Will do.
Once again, 2 successes. This is the virtue I'm technically good at. It is the will of Bushido within me.
Yo.
The little wooden clapping. Ding, 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 ding.
And then you realize
Find
that
my
this
center.
this manor is actually on Shamisen Lane.
Oh goddamn, Shamisen Lane.
3
One
Okay.
street over from Magician's Row.
Again,
Always.
you're able to keep yourself held front and center, but it's not easy. The wolf, the beast inside you, is howling. It is snapping, it is tugging and jerking at its chain, and every time it does so, it urges you forward just a little bit. You can feel your fangs slide out ever so slightly before you wrestle them back in. You have at least one full turn before Jason Newberry gets here, since you deliberately hauled ass right in front of him. So, Black Snow Prince, what would you like to do here?
So she's freaking out, like one step away from just slaughtering these people, right?
How's your perception empathy?
My
Or-
perception empathy,
I will also give you perception occult if that's better.
it's the same. 4.
4. Yeah, she's looking like she's really hard powering through willpower points to hold off a frenzy right now.
Do you want me to roll anything for my current awe being activated?
So what's gonna happen is she's sort of like not checked in right now. She's totally in here. With your awe active, the prisoners in the gate are in the cage are actually gonna look up at you and start screaming to you for some kind of help in a flurry of different languages.
I'm
But
going to ignore them.
it's not actively affecting her at the moment.
So when are you gonna get the stone mask?
As soon as I find that girl, the one that we're all trying to find. But for right now, it's time to start spreading some philosophy. I'm gonna kind of crouch down next to Mercy and just kind of tenderly
Mercy.
place my hand under her chin from behind her.
Yeah.
So again,
Choke her
she's
gently.
actively inside the cage right now. Unfortunately,
Oh,
looks
okay.
like she's in the cage and the door is shut. And how's your perception alertness, both of you guys?
Also a 4.
5.
5. Black Snow Prince, you notice that there seems to be a couple of wires going from the computer strung up through the ceiling and through the floor that seems to be interfacing with this cage somehow. With your 5, Gabriel, you notice something else. There's a big, thick fucking black wire running to this cage from the wall.
Why?
So, are you still gonna, like, reach and grab her? Are you reaching through the bars?
Yes.
Okay. As you do so, the edge of your... What are you wearing at the moment? A kimono?
Yes.
As you sort of reach through, the edge just barely flutters against one of the bars, and there's this hideous, loud, popping spark. And you can see the edge of your sleeve has been singed black, ever so slightly.
Oof.
An electrified fence. For cattle. How fitting.
Then I'm going to just very tenderly go, Mercy. If you're hungry, take a drink.
Interesting. Interesting, I like it. Orpheus, would you do me a favor? Roll me one die.
One die. How many times?
Just give me, for now, roll it once. You're looking for an 8. Just tell me if you succeed or fail.
I do not.
Okay. Which means another willpower point will drop for Mercy as he just very slowly, actually no, very quickly, shakes her head, almost in a panic. But that, how's your manipulation empathy?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. My specialty is persuasive. And the total for that is 8.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
Listen to BSP Chan.
All right.
Listen to the creepy man in a kimono.
I know how that's going to mechanically affect the situation, and yes, you are getting a benefit from that. It's not something your characters would see right away. Gabriel, the Black Snow Prince is actively egging this on. Are you cool with this?
On the one hand, I don't want her freaking out and like murdering everybody. But on the other hand, if she keeps like not drinking, it's only gonna get worse. So
She'll probably stop after he eats one person.
yeah. So here's what I'll do instead. Is there a Is there like one of those hamster feeders nearby?
No.
They're in a cage, right? How do they eat? How do they drink? You don't just deprive your cattle of nutrition. That's not how this works.
There's not a giant fucking hamster bottle hanging on the side of the cage, Xavier.
Okay, so how do they? Will they just drink their own pee?
They drink each other's pee, Xavier.
Yeah, is that what's going on? Is this what they do?
This is how you create the most potent of blood.
They just drink each other's pee-pee? Man, the fucking Camarill's sick.
Presumably, food and drink is brought to them.
That's what the propaganda wants you to believe.
Oh, that's right. She's not a thin blood. She's a caitiff.
Oh, even better.
You're just gonna go, hey, homegirl.
I mean, so I got two options here. I can offer her some of my blood, which would be a little hard or easier. Wait, can I do that?
It's theoretically possible. You, as a vampire, your vitae is more enticing than a mortal's. So, if you were to slice yourself and proffer it, that might be just enough, with the Black Snow Prince whispering in one ear, with the Beast whispering in the other.
Now, the only problem is the delivery. However, if I cut
This is going to
my
be
arm-
stupid, isn't it?
A little bit, but it does work. If I cut my arm with the
Kinda
sword
squeeze it.
and put the sword inside the in between the bars of the cage and let the blood trickle down the sword, she'll still get the blood.
That's all. You're gonna have to do that a lot just to get her 1 pint of blood, which is 1 blood point.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna take a while. Don't get me wrong, but better than her like murdering everybody in there.
Okay, you know what?
I don't think you have the time to do that.
Actually,
I mean,
he might.
What's she gonna do? Deep throat the sword?
Oh,
I mean, then that problem solves itself. There's no downside to this.
So that's going to be your action then. So you're going to slice your wrist, and you're going to angle the sword and bleed onto it?
Yes.
Towards her mouth?
Yeah.
As a vampire, isn't his wound gonna close pretty quickly?
Not if I keep the sword there.
No, he's pretty good. I mean, he can, I guess, choose
Yes.
when to close it.
Sanitarium.
Yes, it is. That's pretty fucking genius. Okay, that is a way out that I didn't expect. Okay.
What if he ghouls a rat and throws it?
What am I, Murphy? Okay, first of all, the rat's gonna fry.
I'm pleased to say that the bars are probably spaced wide enough for the sword. So yeah, that's a really good idea. How much blood are you gonna give her?
All of it.
I'll give her 3.
Okay.
Which I don't know how that translates to time versus me having to hold the sword there. Just because I got 4 stamina, I can take it.
There actually is a way to figure this out, because one of the books do say that Nosferatu with a hideously distended maw can suck 3 points a turn. That's suction versus... Azurian Sin is hosting our stream. Thank you, Azurian Sin. You are awesome. We'll say it probably takes about a good turn or 2, but what happens is, so you slice your arm, you begin to bleed on it, and it sizzles and oxidizes just around the edges as it passes the electrified bars. But as this glorious, delicious vampire blood begins sliding slowly down the blade, you can see her eyes sort of snap to it, and she leaps, stray hairs singeing against the bars as desperately licking your blood from the blade as it flows to her parched mouth.
Atta girl.
You're debasing her.
Orpheus.
She's going to have to learn at some point that she's going to have to take lives in order to live.
Well, I haven't had to do that yet. I played vampire. You actually don't have to kill anyone ever. All the other vampires are wrong.
I'm gonna pull out my cell phone and take a picture of this, just so I can show it to her later. And be like, look what you did to yourself by not drinking, you idiot.
Okay. That's very interesting.
He went from Black Snow Prince to Black Mailer.
The blackmail prince. Oh man, you said she was an anarch, right?
No. I don't know what she is. I think she's tentatively Camarilla.
She leans heavily anarch. She's a
nerd.
She's a nerd.
Oh man. Could you imagine if I took this picture, and then I just turned it into a big painting and put it up somewhere where a bunch of other vampires could see this?
Actually, she is caitiff, so she would, by definition, be anarch, because as of the V5 meta plot, all of the caitiff and all of the thin bloods have been kicked out of the Camarilla. Gabriel gets special permission because he was trained by Madame Giel, and he's a super special boy.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know where Madame Giel is.
Nobody do.
I'll find her, and I don't know what I'll do when I do.
You're gonna find your master and kick her ass?
Master.
I mean, it's either, yeah, I'm gonna kick ass, or I'm gonna be like, oh, mistress, please fuck me, because I'm still bloodbound.
Let me lick your boot.
Please step on me.
All right, back.
Got really weird, really quick.
I mean, I was just debating the merits of a human-sized hamster feeder, so I'm belted in for you guys. I know how this works. Orpheus.
Is it wrong that I kind of want one for my room now?
A hamster feeder? Oh yeah, just have one over your bed. You're just like, oh, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Mazzy, how you doing?
Ass is ass.
All right, so Orpheus, you're looking out the window. Nothing is immediately out of the ordinary. As a matter of fact, how about in intelligence? And I know you do. That's kind of why I picked it.
That's all Orpheus has.
Orpheus is super smart.
Let's just go with an intelligence awareness.
Oh, fuck.
Well, hang on. What's your intelligence specialty?
I don't think I have one. I think that was... We made these characters... Well, I made this character long before we started doing specialties.
What's your stats in intelligence?
5.
I think you get 2 of them for free. You get one for free at 4 and one for free at 5.
I know, but I just don't have them.
Fair. Okay.
He has yet to pick them.
Is your alertness better than your awareness?
Yes.
Okay, use that then.
I get 1 extra die now.
6 is a still pretty damn big dice pool.
It's above average.
Okay. So with your 6
Allegedly.
then, it actually doesn't look like anything outside this window has been disturbed whatsoever. There's no footprints in the grass. There's no scuffs on the window. It hasn't been forced or jimmied out of place in either way. And, well, you gotta guess, because you only saw her on a video camera. I mean, the woman that you saw probably could fit through the window. Not easily.
Can I fit through the window?
How's your athletics?
It's decent.
You could probably squeeze through. You might pop the window out of the socket, but it's not impossible.
Or your bones.
I assume Orpheus wasn't a very rotund boy, and so I imagine he was kind of lanky.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I'm going with, too.
he's
I just
very
ima-
lithe.
I just imagine the guy who played Herbert West in Reanimator.
He drew a picture of Orpheus once. That's not far off.
Isn't it just Dr. Stein?
Heavily inspired back in the day, yeah, but
But like the same animation, right? So he's still lanky.
All right, so Orpheus, you climb out the window, and you find yourself... There's sort of a ledge of the roof that's just scarcely big enough for your ankles, maybe slightly more for you to balance on.
I believe in you. Don't eat shit, die, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you can die from falling off a building.
It's bashing damage. I mean, eventually you hit terminal velocity and you're just pudding, but we're on, like, second story.
You can
Hang on.
survive fall from terminal velocity.
Orpheus will figure out how to hit terminal velocity from the second story.
Catapult yourself into the ground.
Okay, so I guess I'm on the roof now?
Yeah.
Well, what's to my left and right? Also, I'm gonna close the window.
Okay. You shut the window behind you. To your left, you hear this massive splash, as it seems as though Roxanne...
Look at my switch. It's like, yep.
Roxanne has taken another strafing run. You can also see that there does appear to be another window out this way, but the curtains are heavily drawn. And looking at them, they do appear to be those thick, black, like almost leather sun blockers. To your right, there are several more windows which don't seem to be as protected. Maybe guest rooms, you might think. And then just acres and acres of forest as the roof sort of veers out and then turns back in to form the other side of the building.
I want to inspect each windowsill to see if there's any disturbances on it.
Okay. Which one do you look at first?
Well, let's first start with the leathered one.
All right, as you approach, there's actually this layer of like dust and grime over it. It doesn't look like this window has been opened in who knows how long. I am going to ask you for a perception alertness roll, though, at standard difficulty.
Ooh. One success.
It's faint. It's very, very faint. Like when you're walking past a house and they're cooking Thanksgiving dinner, you can just barely catch a whiff of it. But on the other side of this window, seeping through the jam, you can just about smell that very potent smell of blood that you had earlier.
It might be you.
Well, can I open this window?
It does appear to be locked, and quite heavily. How would you like to attempt it?
Is it one of those windows that where it locks with the latch and they open? And then you can just stick your scalpel in and pull it up?
Ugh.
Well, is it?
Give me a percentile roll.
Oh. That's a 35.
35. No, unfortunately. It looks like it's the kind of, it's the kind that's secured with those little screwing locks that screw into the slidey bit of the hoo-ha, because I've given up on using actual terminology at this point.
Screwing into the hoo-ha.
Just start making up words like Lewis Carroll.
What? I've never actually read through the Looking Glass.
Just look up the poem, what is it? Not Bandersnatch.
The Jabberwock one?
Yeah, look up the Jabberwock poem.
It's nonsense. Would you say that my since scalpels generally are some of the sharpest, utensils we make, could my scalpels cut the glass?
I believe that Orpheus could use a scalpel to cut the glass.
Perfect, then. I'll just make a little incision.
I mean, I think it'd be more effective as a glass breaker.
Yeah, but I don't want to make a big noise.
It'd be small glass breakers.
You cut the circle, and then you pull the rest of the window out and a little bit of glass that you cut.
And then I go inside and put it back.
Yeah.
The person inside is like, I don't know how you did that.
All right, so I assume you're going to cut away a piece of the glass and then reach in and undo the locks.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. As you cut away the glass, though, that smell intensifies just a little bit more.
That smelly smell. That smells so smelly.
I smell it.
You push through the leather sunblockers, and you find yourself in a very nicely appointed master bedroom. There's a king-sized four-post bed dominating the center. A very large plasma screen television on the opposite wall. There's an armoire. And given the...
Is there a tabernacle?
Tabernacle's like a religious thing.
I know. I just like throwing that around as much as I can.
So there's an armoire, there's several chests of drawers, and there appears to be a dumbwaiter given the age of the building.
Is the dumbwaiter open?
Currently, no.
Is there a smell emanating from the dumbwaiter?
Aha! As you move closer, it does appear to get stronger.
Ooh.
Well, I guess I will open the dumbwaiter.
As you open the dumbwaiter, there's this horrible, horrific shriek as crouched, basically packed and contorted in this tiny space. You see the young woman from the video feed, wearing rags and just cowering for dear life, and the scent of her blood is pouring into your nostrils. This time, I need a self-control roll from you, difficulty 8.
Hey, can I spend a willpower on this?
So the way it works is when you're resisting frenzy, you spend 1 willpower per turn to hold it back until you hit 5 successes. So you might want to roll first.
Well, shit. You said diff 8, right?
Diff 8.
I got 2.
2. Okay. So you can hold your shit together for about 6 seconds.
Throw yourself back out the window.
Do not self-destruct.
Well, it's like I cannot let you be captured. Self-destruct.
I had the bomb the whole time.
You just blow up my other character like several tens of miles away.
There's just a mushroom cloud in the distance of the Chicago skyline.
Terrorists attack Chicago.
We think it's those people in the Sabbat.
Nope, just a Camarilla Malkavian.
All right, so with your fleeting seconds of lucidity, Tom, what do you do?
Relax. Not. I have no interest in harming you.
Suck.
Not going to give you the suck.
Still trembling, still trying to hide, she will sort of proffer one timid eye in your direction.
You can obfuscate her as well, can't you?
Oh, right. Am I still obfuscated?
No. Anytime you interact with something, it would break the obfuscate. So either going through the glass window or opening the dumbwaiter would break it.
Oh, that would have been funny, though. Calm. Oh, right. Calm down.
Vasil!
Don't worry, I'm not a ghost. I'm just a vampire. No
How's
need
it
to
going,
be scared.
Vasil? I'm quite fond of it. It's growing on me, I'll say that. And I just saw what I did there.
Hello, Vasil. We miss you.
We do. Tell Nelly we say hi.
Brother Vasil.
Okay. What are you doing, Tom?
I will offer her my coat.
Though I won.
I think this is the first time Orpheus has ever taken off his lab coat.
I mean, I have several.
And that's when we see his rippling abs and back muscles.
Well, I have a shirt underneath.
Rippling.
Well, I like to imagine you just have a slightly smaller lab coat.
I have a blazer in the shape of, or in the same.
You have a lab coat in the design of a blazer. Okay, so yeah, she'll take it, holding it protectively in front of her, still really not sure what to expect, because God only knows what this woman's been through.
Oh, be careful of the things inside the pocket, especially the thing with the trigger.
Do you actually have a gun in the coat?
It's not a gun.
That's the detonator.
It's the.
Does it look like a gun?
No.
Because then things would have gotten way interesting way fast.
I don't carry a gun. Just surgical supplies.
Which are arguably more expensive and deadly.
Alright, Gabriel and the Black Snow Prince. So, there's the clomping of footsteps as Jason Newberry finally catches up to you. Oh! Interesting turn of events. Yes, unfortunately, you point to the computer. We found these poor people here. I was able to get the door open, but when Mercy stepped inside to check on them, you see it, well, and once again he'll gesture towards the blue screen. I've not been able to open it since, but it looks as though you've circumnavigated the problem. Bravo!
You found them. Whose house is this?
Well, according to Camarilla records, this does belong to Dr. Zachary Forge. This is his registered haven.
I mean, that's because then it looks like we need to have some words with it.
I can't hear you over Kyle. What's up?
We'll need to have some words with this man.
Yes, indeed. Are you not afraid of blood bonding the poor woman?
This happens.
Does it indeed?
Yeah. I don't want them to feed on other people without knowing when to stop. And if they try to feed on me, I could just kind of kick them away.
I'm not going to stick around. The moment he starts feeding her blood, I'm going to continue looking for the woman.
Okay. So then you're effectively going to leave Gabriel alone with Jason Newberry for the moment.
Yes.
What do you do? If you're leaving as soon as he shows up, then no problem. You can make your way back into the mansion proper if you wish. Where's the next destination?
I'm still trying to right the beast and trying to let it guide me to where this woman is trying to pick up her more powerful scent as compared to the people still in the cage.
Okay. So you went down, you went back into the mansion, and you distance yourself from the weaker scent. So again, right now, there's still banging going on upstairs. You don't see any sign of the gangrel. You don't see any sign of Roxanne. As you come up through the library, it does look like Orpheus has left his post. Now, if memory serves, you did have some sort of like Bluetooth communicators that I haven't seen employed yet. Whether or not you wish to do so is your choice.
Xavier's is built into his crowd.
Oh no, I can't not answer it.
As you realize it's stuck on you.
We appreciate you, Sanitarium. Thank you.
I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to try to kind of... Once again, rather than relying on human instincts, I'm going to try relying on trying to pick up the scent of fear and desperation coming off of the woman that I saw as I head upstairs.
Okay, you head upstairs. You hear the banging, the slamming as Brett Stryker moves into another room. Perception, empathy, please, at a difficulty 9.
One success.
One success is good enough. You take a look around, and instantly your animalistic brain is starting to corner its prey. You get rid of the broken rooms. You see the window on the far side of the hallway. It looks like it's been bent out of shape. Maybe. Alternatively, the only other place to hide currently is that closed door next to the window. Unless you wanted to fan out through the rest of the mansion. However, being a mansion from the 20s and 30s, it's not actually that big. So it's this and a couple of guest rooms which are currently not being vandalized.
I'm going to go to the closed door.
Okay, and then what?
I'm going to slowly open it.
It's locked. Orpheus, from the other side of the door, as the beast begins to subsume your sanity as much as you try to fight it, you hear the doorknob jiggle. And the woman sort of shrieks again as she recoils into the darkness. Black Snow Prince, with your enhanced senses, you can hear that piercing female shriek on the other side of the door.
Well, he got there fast.
The door is going in an X shape.
Okay.
Well, I don't know who this is, so I'm jumping to the dumb waiter and release. What? No.
Oh, that'd be hilarious if we just push the girl out, getting the dumb waiter.
Obfuscate the dumb word.
I don't know if it would be big enough for both of you. Do you know something that I don't?
Well, some dumb waiters can be.
Okay.
And usually, if one person can fit into it, it's kind of big.
Okay. I'll meet you halfway. I'll give it to you. So, you sliced goes the door, and as you do so, you basically shoulder tackle her into the dumbwaiter, yank the rope, and are essentially in free fall. Black Snow Prince, as the door falls away before you, you see this rush of movement from the open dumbwaiter as it plummets.
Oh, I'm jumping in. I'm jumping in after it. But what's the chance that as Orpheus pushes his way into that dumbwaiter, that he's just pushing all the scalpels in his jacket up against this woman?
They're in a case.
All right, I'll give him the case. All right, so you dive into the blackness of the dumbwaiter as this thing's currently in free fall. With your celerity, crossing the distance is no problem. Orpheus, again, another shriek as the dumbwaiter jostles as something lands on top of it. What is your initiative pools right now? Your dex wits, both of you.
Dexterity count?
Yes.
10.
9.
Okay, Black Snow Prince, you go first.
Oh, just both my feet planted on this dumbwaiter. I'm gonna once again X cross it.
Okay, Orpheus, this blade pierces down in between the two of you and starts slicing apart the top of this dumbwaiter. What do you do?
Wait a fucking minute.
There's only one weeb here.
Quick, it's a katana. Bend it.
Oh yeah.
Just
Just kind of punch the broadside and just break it.
What would be the most absurd material to make a katana out of so it couldn't be broken that way?
Mammoth
semen.
bone.
Huh?
Oh, so it won't be broken. I mean,
What did you
you can
say,
make
Tom?
it out of, good iron.
What
Big
did you say,
iron?
Tom?
I said mammoth bone.
No, mammoth bone. Just have it made out of tungsten.
And makes it
Fucking,
every-
you would need points to fucking swing that thing around. And then you'd still get tired.
Just a tungsten katana.
I don't
I
think
mean,
you can actually get.
you-
I don't think you can make tungsten that sharp.
Well, because it's a melting points are very high, but also like you kind of want the sword to bend a little.
Yeah.
If it's too hard, it
Otherwise,
becomes
you're gonna
brittle.
break your hand.
I mean, I am a vampire.
This is true.
I could potentially have the force and the speed to swing it effectively.
All right, then just make it out of osmium. Because like we don't care about radiation, right?
Why does your sword glow in the dark? It's my spirit energy upon the blade. Also, it's
Pump
cancerous.
my chi into it. Also, my nuts are huge.
All right, Orpheus, what is your action for the turn?
Well, recognizing who fucking uses a sword like this. Can I just like 2 fingers on the from the non-sharp end and just kind of like push it back up?
Yamaro.
Nani?
Why don't we do opposed strength rolls between the two of you?
Ooh.
Just strength or strength athletics?
Just strength, but you may add potence if you possess it.
I got
2 successes.
4.
4. Black Snow Prince, something has caught your blade and is holding it fast. And as it does so, before you can react, the dumbwaiter, wham, crashes against the bottom floor. Wood is splintered as you fall down into a tangle of bodies.
Ew.
Gabriel.
Alright, so it shouldn't be that bad, right?
She's just gonna have a bunch of wood sticking out of her. She's just convulsing in death throes.
I'm a doctor.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
As you finish dumping the 3rd blood point into Mercy, she slowly begins to
Oh,
regain
wow.
her cognizance.
This has been very fast.
You've been there for a while. It's been a good number.
I mean, you said it would take around 6 seconds.
I mean, okay, well. So you doing it was 1 turn. Newberry arriving was a 2nd turn. That's 6 seconds. You're good.
Okay.
And she just sort of like looks around, looks at herself, completely horrified. Well, that's 1 problem solved, I suppose. Now for the other 2.
2.
Well, yes, I mean, we've got to get her out of there, and we've got to figure out what to do with these people.
Right. Can I cut the black wire?
No, that's the bomb.
Self-destruct of the mansion will begin in.
You totally could. However, you might have to try to soak some damage because that's probably the electrical feed.
That's okay.
Okay.
Because as long as I have rubber soling, I'm grounded.
That sounds like shenanigans, but I won't contradict you on it because it's slightly less important now that
It
you've.
depends on how much electricity is running through that. At some point, even your
Well,
grounding might give out.
you only got like a slight singe and not like burst into flames, so I'm assuming not too much power.
It's not the current that'll kill you. Well, no, the current will kill you. But
The
do you
current
really
will.
want the amperes as well?
My heart doesn't move, so it's okay. And if it brings me back to life, I could just flip off God.
I'm surprised Orpheus hasn't tried that. If I pump enough electricity into a vampire, will his heart start again?
Ashes. Too much electricity.
Or not enough?
I will add another Tesla coil to the 4 I've already put in.
I like to think Orpheus totally has a Tesla coil that he just plays music on.
So you're gonna cut the black wire.
Yes.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
How thick is the black wire?
It's pretty thick, but I'm going to ask you to roll to soak, and I'm going to give you an additional 2 dice of armor for your rubber soles.
Okay.
I don't really see this as being an issue for Gabriel.
Oh no, I've currently got, with that too, I've got 12 soak.
You
Oh wait, I forgot my fortitude.
you botched and punched the fuse box. I can't tell if your ST is an asshole or a genius. That seems like a pretty dick maneuver, but then again, is that something I would do?
It's something
That's
that
not-
would happen to Bob or Adam.
Yep, I was about to say the exact same thing.
So attack first and then soak?
No, it's not going to
Still.
dodge. You automatically hit. I just want you to roll the soak.
I mean, that'd be fantastic if it did dodge. You're just here for 10 minutes as it keeps moving out of the way and you're trying to cut it.
Like, damn it!
9.
You're super fine. Like you can feel this zzz, sort of like go through your body for a second. You just kind of shake it off, and no biggie.
Yeah, most people are relatively grounded as long as they're touching the floor.
Well, you're also a fucking vampire with fortitude
Which is
shitload.
true.
That's why if you throw someone into an electrified fence, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, they just like eat shit and die.
So you slice through the thick wire. There's this blue spark that sort of lights up everything for a second, and as everything fades back to the normal colors it should be. What happens then?
I don't know.
Oh,
Does
and
the
your
gate
Call of Duty
unlock, or is that a mechanical thing?
What now?
Does the gate unlock, or is that a mechanical thing?
The gate's probably controlled by the computer, connected by the wires. So the gate is still down. But you have disarmed the electrical defenses.
Awesome. Can I just rip open the cage?
You have what, potence 3?
2. But strength 3. Or better yet, can I just tell Roxanne to do that?
It's not necessary. Yeah, I'll say that, with your immense strength and with the main defensive capability, i.e. the electricity shutdown, it's probably not hard for you to just kind of rock it out of place a little bit. And maybe you got to pull a little bit harder than you'd like, but eventually it does sort of pull down and yank out.
Okay.
And Newberry just applauds. Very well done, Sir Archon. Incredible, in fact. So how are you going to kill these people?
Kill them?
Well,
Why
of
would I do
course.
that?
They can't very well walk out of here now, can they? This is a hideous masquerade breach. Why, every bit of this would have the Second Inquisition breathing down our necks. Oh, but I do delight in an opportunity to see an Archon work. Go ahead. I'll stand back and watch while you do it. At this point, Mercy will sort of stand up and try to shield. You can't. We can't. They're innocent people.
Relax.
Yes.
I'm not gonna kill them. It's just a simple matter of some kind of amnesia, I guess.
You just go up to them one by one and slam their head against the bars.
I don't have dominate, so
You want to see what Dominate 2 looks like when you don't have it? Just.
So it's a simple matter of just finding a Ventru or some other manipulator and telling them to fix this. I say telling them because they're gonna do it.
You are so very full of surprises, Archon. All right, Orpheus and the Black Snow Prince crash to the floor. And there's this horrible, horrible shriek as the dumbwaiter falls apart. The Black Snow Prince is essentially thrown to the ground. Orpheus is thrown out by the force. The girl rolls out, and it looks like her leg, between the knee and the ankle, I didn't pay attention in high school biology, had just snapped completely in two.
Okay, well, good news is it's only in two. It's not a compound fracture.
I didn't take anatomy in high school, so biology for me. But thank you for trying to help me look less stupid, Josh, whereas I completely foiled you. So the woman on the ground is actively screaming, wailing in pain, as the two of you try to collect your bearings and on your feet. And
or if he's just like, bruh, what the fuck?
Are we still doing self-control rolls?
I do need another one from... Yeah, let's do it.
We need a collective 5, right?
Yeah, you need to build up to 5.
And 2 successes.
At an 8?
Yes. I got a 9 and a 10.
Okay.
Like I said, this is the one I'm good at.
I also got 2 successes.
Okay. You've both got another 6 seconds between you.
Well, I'm going to reach into my lab coat that is currently on the victim.
Okay.
Pull out some sedatives, preferably morphine, and a syringe.
And give it to yourself so you can work better.
Like, oh, finally. Here you go, Black Snow Prince.
What's Orpheus's humanity at?
I have 7.
Okay. You're a pretty good guy.
I was going to use presence to just go shh. The pain's going to be over now.
Oh, I'm going to use drugs.
There's no
Really, what's better, talking things out or just taking drugs? That's the psychiatrist.
Unless you're going to actively block one another, there's no discrepancy there. You can say that as Orpheus injects her.
No, I don't want him to inject her. Him to inject her. I'm going to try to put my hand up.
Okay. Orpheus.
As I'm trying to use presence to calm her down.
The Black Snow Prince is actively inhibiting you. As this happens, you hear bop, 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 this sort of like typewriter fast hammering of footsteps as this reddish blur descends down the stairs outside the kitchen that you currently find yourselves in. And Brett Stryker stands in the doorway, his eyes alight, his mouth gaping, his fangs bared.
Huh. Ringing, Gabriel.
Well, I'm only 6 seconds away.
Gabriel Kitchen. You cannot deny me anymore.
Aw, who'd we lose?
Exactly.
All right.
He denied you! Oh, he's back. Kind of. Can you hear us?
I can.
What logo is that? I've always wondered.
That is Ragnar's crest.
Oh. Huh. I never realized it before.
Ragnar the Blood Edge.
I just kind of assumed it was some middle school band.
Ouch.
I mean, nothing personal. That just looks like a lot of T-shirts that I seen back in the day.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Particularly on
probably
Trevor.
around that time. What was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. So I will head out, and I'll just tell this man to watch them.
So you're gonna tell Newberry to watch the prisoners.
Yeah. Now, I'll just be no blood.
No blood, or I'm gonna fuck your ass.
You're not just gonna say, or I will eat your ass.
Eat your ass. Ooh.
I'm gonna kick fuck your ass.
Did the girl stop screaming?
Xavier, how long does it take morphine to take effect?
It takes around 7 seconds.
Okay.
Did it get into her though? Because I was trying to inhibit the drugs.
Well, so now we got a situation on our hands. Orpheus trying to inject her. Black Snow Prince goes, no, there's somebody else at the doorway. And slowly, like a stalking wolf, Brett Stryker begins to move forward. I want that one. Name your price.
Deal with that.
Well, one of us is better at combat. And you know he's not gonna let you. Well, and you know he's not gonna let this go without a fight.
No, he's not. As I sink my fangs into her.
Whoa, whoa!
Yep.
I'm not gonna let that one fly.
Ooh.
Okay. So, I would like a...
The morphine.
I'm putting the morphine now into Black Snow Prince.
Oh, no. So what you do is you give the morphine right above his sucking site.
Yeah.
He just sucks up the morphine.
And then he's fucking numb.
So what are you actually going to do, Orpheus?
You have a significant advantage attacking somebody who's feeding.
I kind of want to stick a fucking scalpel between his jaws. Just like,
Between the Black Snow Prince? Okay, I'll let you do it. Alright, so I'll give you +1 dice from attacking from the side. Let's go Dex Brawl and see how... Or no, Dex Melee, sorry. And we'll see how you do.
Quick combat obfuscate.
I do have... I kind of wish we went Brawl, but okay. It's just 6, right?
Yeah. Attacks are always 6, unless you do like a maneuver or there's like weird cover or something.
I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Strength +1, +2. Black Snow Prince, please roll to soak.
Plus
3.
Strength +1 +2, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got 4 successes.
4 successes! So you just barely managed to edge him out as you jab a scalpel straight into his skeletal structure. Black Snow Prince, as you try to clamp down, and there's this huge piece of metal stuck in your jaw. Brett goes, wait! I know Annabelle. You could have this whole city in your hands. Just give me her.
I also know Annabelle. I also know Belle.
Not like I do. Not like I do. I used to be her right hand. I used to be the one that she went to for advice. And I'm gonna be again. I'll be again, and when that happens, you want me on your side.
Oh. Alright.
I'm going to completely ignore what he said. I'm going to literally tear the skin of my mouth, forcing my way past the scalpel trying to bite this woman.
So I don't think it's necessarily like an open your mouth thing. I think it's Orpheus wedged it so make it hard to close. So you could bite her, but how would you get the blood?
I'm going to literally try to clamp my jaw down hard enough to snap this thing in my mouth.
Okay.
I will pump blood into the muscles of my jaw if I have to.
What's your strength?
My strength is 2. But I will spend a blood point in order to boost my strength.
Before you do, I don't know if 3 strength is going to be enough to bite past this.
I will roll
Unless-
it if you want me to.
I'll tell you what. If you want, take 2 slashing, and you can just rip the scalpel out back far enough that you can clamp down.
I will do that then.
All right.
What happens next? Well, we will find out.
Next time on.
Do you actually want to call it there, or do you want to keep going?
No, I kind of want to finish this.
Okay.
I think everybody else wants to finish it.
If we can resolve it within the next 4 to 10 minutes.
It probably won't take that long. Black Snow Prince. Gain 2 of the sweetest, most succulent blood points you've ever had in your life. At this point, Gabriel, you emerge. Just bang up from the library, full celerity, hauling ass, as you see Brett Stryker reaching out, crestfallen, eyes agog, as Black Snow Prince just basically takes a bite out of this lady. Orpheus, what are you doing at this moment, Orpheus?
All right, Orpheus,
Well,
this is
I
on
was
you.
gonna contest that, but I guess I don't get that opportunity.
Orpheus, this
You're gonna-
is on you.
you're
have to
gonna-
give me red light, green light.
What now?
Yes, this is on you. Red light, green light.
Okay. All right. We're gonna solve this once and for all. I'd like both of you to give me a strength brawl roll. Orpheus versus the Black Snow Prince to wrestle each other out of the way. And whoever wins this roll is going to get to succeed.
I'm gonna spend willpower.
I will also spend a willpower.
Well, then what's the point?
We still
We
have
might as well just have a gentleman's agreement and not use power.
Not spend the willpower.
Well, a willpower can keep you from botching, which could...
4 successes.
It's a
Oh,
good
5
thing.
with the willpower.
Oh, okay, we're doing willpower. Fine. It's a good thing I actually have a lot of brawl.
I'll tell you what.
I tell you what. No specialty because, you know, I didn't understand those at the time. I also got 4. If I had a specialty, I would have won.
All right, ties go to the defender, unfortunately. So right now, Orpheus and Black Snow Prince are wrestling over this lady. And with that, everybody please roll for me initiative.
Yeah.
$20.
X, I'm gonna need you here. And I say green light.
21.
Oh! Is
And-
mine really consequential at this point?
Yes, I need it versus Brett.
Alright. I got a 13.
13. And Brett, I will have him take the average.
Josh, don't make me do this.
Okay.
This is what my character would do.
right.
Famous last words.
Gabriel, you're up first. You can see Orpheus and Josh, or Orpheus and the Black Snow Prince wrestling each other over this terrified for her life woman. Brett Stryker is just kind of reaching out, eyes open. Real quick, how is your perception empathy?
3.
3. Brett doesn't look like he's taking any kind of a combat pose. He's probably too much of a fop to get involved in this, which is why you heard him trying to buy his way. So he's just kind of standing there. And you do what?
I've known Orpheus longer. I gotta do it. I gotta axe the Black Snow Prince.
Ooh, you have been in PvP with every fucking member of this group except Orpheus.
Yay.
I trust him. He hasn't done anything. He's weird, right? But he's not malicious.
All right, what are you actually going to do with your action?
Axe the Black Snow Prince.
All right, I'll give you +1 die for attacking from the side, but you're taking out the ag damage axe and going ham?
I can't. So I know a sword against somebody like him is not the.
So you're playing like fucking Fire Emblem? He's got a sword. Axes beat sword.
Axes lose to sword.
I have a sword reaver axe.
Oh, okay.
You son of a bitch.
All right, man. Swing it. Swing it. This is...
I'm gonna full-blown everything I have try to block it with my sword.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Great blow.
Unfortunately, drugs don't work on vampires. Otherwise, I would help.
With my specialty, that is 11 successes.
So you're parrying the blow?
Yes.
Okay. Now here comes Gabriel with a 17 fucking dice.
That's 15, Buckaroo.
Okay, man. Roll that fucking ag damage, which, Josh, do you have fortitude?
No.
Oh.
Come on. Plus potence.
Yep.
Oh no.
So, Great Blow does two things. One, increases the difficulty by 1.
Wait, what book is Great Blow from?
It's in the Dark Ages. It's just different things to do with melee attacks.
I'm reasonably assured that Madame Gill would teach you Dark Ages moves.
Well, it's just swing harder with the axe.
Yes, the Goku maneuver.
Okay, what is the second effect of Great Blow?
Adds another 2 damage.
Automatic?
No, I have to roll for it, but that's coming out to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 12 dice I'm rolling.
Let's see what happens. This is unsoakable. So odds are Josh is dead.
Fantastic.
He is struggling here.
This is usually what happens.
Heart-wrenching 8.
8. So what happens is Gabriel brings down the axe. Black Snowprint slash draws an attempt to break it. There's a piercing, shattering sound. And for a moment the camera focuses in on the tip of a katana, spiraling through the air as the Black Snow Prince is cut from neck to navel by ag damage. A werewolf tooth-tipped axe slices straight through him. And the two halves of him fall to the earth and begin to molder. Black Snow Prince with the last vestiges of your unlife. What say you?
I don't think there's anything to say. Just
Just
stare,
looks at me.
crumble.
I will shed a bloody tear.
I'm not gonna make the joke.
Wow. That sucks. And yes, that was a dick move, Yusuf, I agree with you. But you could have just used the regular sword and beat him into torpor. But you chose to kill your friend. I'm going to ask you, Xavier, for a humanity roll. How do you feel about this?
I did leave this to Orpheus. I put my total trust into Orpheus.
Right. But the question
You
is...
can't put this on somebody else.
That's true. But as someone who couldn't assess the situation, and somebody who was there to see everything, and I just asked for a simple red light, green light.
I wish the True How was here. This wouldn't have happened.
Actually,
We also
no. The True How might have done it and not felt bad.
Yeah, I mean, Truos don't have like emotion.
Diff 8, buddy. Give me that humanity roll.
Okay.
Which, you're not rolling humanity, you're rolling your conscience.
One success.
Okay, you shed that bloody tear. You feel legitimately remorseful for slaughtering the most based Toreador in CAFCON. F for the prince, indeed.
F's in the chat.
F's in the chat for the Black Snow Prince. Adam didn't die first!
This time.
Well, Josh, that means your
Even though he
other
tried.
vampire can come back now. Johnny can come back, right? That was his name?
Johnny Espada Grande?
I don't remember. I'd have to look it up again. It's been a while since I looked at his character sheet. I remember his last name was Espada Grande. I don't remember what his first name was.
Alright, upon seeing this, Brett Stryker is just gonna turn and fucking run. Like, just full celerity, fuck this place out the front door. You see him out the window, leap the gate. And the Black Snow Prince, your erstwhile companion, moulders on the ground before you, Orpheus. What do you do?
Bro, I just wanted you to knock him out.
Well, I administer the morphine now.
Another set of footsteps begins to emerge.
How's
Two, actually. Jason Newberry and Mercy. Fear not, Archon, it's done.
What is?
I wiped their memories as you asked.
Oh, excellent.
What has become of your friend the Snow Prince?
He crossed the
How'd you
line.
How'd you recognize that?
Oh,
Well,
the
he's not
broken
ash
arm.
yet. He slowly crumbles. You were so against killing not long ago, but you turned your blade against your own companion.
My loyalty is to ideals.
You are a ruthless monster, aren't you? Well, as I said, I have performed exactly as you asked me to. You will find your instructions carried out to the fullest in the back. Shall I take care of this one as well?
The girl? Orpheus? Will you let this shady character deal with the...
Well, I would like to know exactly what process she was put through to understand fully what happened.
Fair enough. Orpheus says no.
I suppose I can entrust her into the care of another vampire, especially another noble son of Malkov. Orpheus, we must talk sometime. I hear your experiments are positively fascinating. As you say. And he will bow and make his way out.
I'm gonna look to Orpheus.
Mercy looks absolutely fucking terrified.
Murphy enters the scene.
Murphy!
Yo, think you're better than me! Everything explodes.
I'll ask Mercy.
Through the window in a Cadillac.
I'll ask Mercy. How did he monkey paw me?
She sort of just shakes her hand. Or shakes her head. He did what you asked. He took everything from them. There's nothing but a bunch of drooling husks.
Yeah, I figured. I can't trust anyone. Well, I hope you see now. This life is pretty awful.
This is why we're making our new sect. Better one.
Camarilla Anarch, it just devolves into the same thing. Sabat's even worse.
Fury John, how's it going? Boy, did you miss a lot.
Ooh.
So this is actually, like, you guys have talked to me about this behind the scenes. This is the first time you guys have mentioned it in character, and this is the first time they're hearing about it, meaning our audience. So would you like to elaborate?
Well, we're gonna propose a new world order, a solution to all this squabbling machinations.
Everyone will learn of our peaceful ways through force.
Yeah, we don't like the way any group is doing things. We think we can do it better. I mean, yeah. He
It's
wasn't.
like programming languages. It's like all these
Yeah.
why is there so many languages? We should just make one thing that's better than all of them. And then you've now added another one to the mix.
This is true. We're gonna be better at certain things and worse at others.
Just like another political party.
You just killed a part of we.
This is true. He could have been a useful ally.
You know what, Yusuf? I want you to know, I feel the way you do, man. I feel this is almost as bad as when Sally got murdered. Also by Xavier. Xavier, you're horrible.
Okay, once
Xavier
again,
just enjoys killing everybody's favorite characters.
the Alpha said, "Don't let anyone escape." And we're werewolves and they're vampires. What does that mean? We kill them. I was going off the quote-unquote NPC mentality of werewolves, just like, not a werewolf, kill him. Oof, that hurt, Yusuf.
All right. Finally, one more figure
Yay,
enters the
it's not
scene.
me.
Dr. Forge himself, with his ghoul on his arm. As he looks at the destruction wrought upon his dumbwaiter and the 2 piles of ash on the ground. Well, that was unexpected. I see not all of our guests were able to enjoy the night. How do you feel?
I didn't enjoy the night.
Despite having my Switch with me.
Oh man, how's my Switch?
This night has had me ask a lot of questions, but also has answered a few of them.
Storyteller, how's my Switch? Is it broken?
No, your Switch is fine.
Oh, okay, good. Never mind. Tonight's been fine.
Nintendo builds shit like bricks, dude. Did you ever see that one episode of X-Play where they just decide to abuse their consoles for some reason, like throw shit off of ladders and drop bricks, and the GameCube was the only one that still worked?
Or that DS that made it to the top of Mount Everest.
Or the Game Boy that survived a fucking military explosion and still plays Tetris.
That one is not real.
Is it not? I thought it's in a museum somewhere.
No, the Golf War Game Boy. That's what that is. And the Game Boy didn't exist during the Gulf War.
So yeah, I'll look at Dr. Forge and ask him, so those people that were caged, what were they?
Experiments, as she was.
What kind of experiments?
Experiments in Golconda. And looking at you, looking at him, he points to the moldering ash, looking at Orpheus. I'd say it was rather successful. And he sort of
Is that so?
puts his hands, he grips you both by the shoulders. It's a funny thing, enlightenment. It's not easy. Buddhist monks have to sequester themselves for years, decades, to not be tempted by the earthly, and that separation of what we thought was important, is so intrinsic to moving forward that it cannot be done without. I think you've achieved that today. I think you're all one step closer to becoming who you truly are. Certainly he has.
Can I prick him with a syringe and draws a little bit of blood? Just like, boop.
Nah, a little part of me is just a little murder happy and sick of everything, and just wants to kill. And
You became exactly what you hated about vampires.
Becoming a monster.
You're
I'm the monster that kills the monsters.
What are you going to do, Gabriel?
I really don't like what he did.
You already started killing me, Xavier. You might as well kill everybody else in this room who is an Orpheus.
Fuck it!
And the girl.
Orpheus, what say you about ethics?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm exactly the
Hmm.
shining example.
When you spoken to Critias, what would he say on the subject?
You're like, I paid somebody to write my ethics essays when I was going through college.
Okay,
Didn't make damn sense to me.
Xavier, I think you legitimately hurt Yusuf tonight.
probably. I don't understand.
I'll apologize for him to you, Yusuf, as I feel as you do.
I didn't want it to end this way. I didn't want it to end at all. I thought our friendship could go longer.
Okay, Xavier, this is the final scene of the anime, where it sort of freeze frames, and then you tell me, is the final shot one of Gabriel turning and walking away, following the others out of the mansion, or is it one putting an axe straight through this guy?
Oh man, Renegade or Paragon?
Oh. Hmm. Do I let this?
Yes, Carlo Martino will solve our problems. You know, I'm pretty sure if Adam was here, he probably would have protected the Black Snow Prince, and this wouldn't have happened. So let's all blame Adam.
Adam, Josh is dead because of you.
It should have been you!
Thanks, Adam.
I cannot approve of these experiments.
Though I would like to see his findings if you do.
Just been to the USA
the
with
German route. I don't approve of this, but I'm curious.
Well, you see, it's all about refining things, making them better.
But we still have to punish the war criminals, right?
I mean, you should. Dude, but you're not putting that on me again.
Alright.
Come on, X. You started as the main character. You end as the main character.
Did you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain?
And Gabriel's made himself the villain tonight. At least in Yusuf's eyes. Thank
At
you,
least
Yusuf.
in- Yeah.
Biothaumaturgy. I think that's just called medicine.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to decapitate this.
Okay. And that is the scene we end on as your axe streaks straight through Zachary Forge, throwing his dust to the wind.
No man, this is like the end of Panty and Stocking.
5 XP
Whoa.
for everybody. Josh, you can transfer that to your next character. Start voting, guys. Chat, you know how this works. If you don't know how this works, then I'll tell you how this works. At the end of every session, we allow everybody to vote.
Really works.
We allow everybody to vote for whoever did your favorite thing. So vote for who gets 1 bonus XP and give us the reason why. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on SoundCloud, you can do the same thing. And I'll count it next session.
I will give my vote to Josh for sticking to his guns.
Hashtag resurrect the prince.
Prince is dead, I'm sorry. Not even Rihanna can replace him.
I will give mine to Tom for the Switch because it made me laugh.
Okay.
Wait, what? What Switch?
The Nintendo Switch.
I was seeing if my fucking Switch was still okay. Oh.
Credit roll, black flower petals made of ash fall like snow. This is a great episode voting for Josh for his choices, but is it possible to give X and Tom an extra die for the blood on sword solution and the scalpel on the mouth? Those were all really good, but you gotta make your choice. So I guess if you're going for Josh, then you're going for Josh. Tom, who's your vote?
I will also vote for Josh for sticking to his guns despite it not being the right choice.
It was optimal.
It's never the right choice to go against Gabriel in combat.
He always had it.
Josh's new character needs all the XP it can get. My vote goes to Josh. I'm probably going to start him with a floor of like 250 XP. And Yorkie votes Josh. Sanitarium, I vote Josh for his quick thinking and sticking to his character's convictions. I think Josh is taking this one running away.
Yeah.
That's generally how it goes.
Your new character gets 250 wood XP.
251 it is.
All right, my dear friends. If you like what you saw, like, subscribe, please follow, whatever you want to do. Social media down below if you want to find out what we're streaming and when. And if you really, really like us, there's a Patreon down below. It helps us do things like pay for our SoundCloud, get new books. That's how we got this, and we thank you for it. Mwah. You people are amazing. And you know what? I haven't said it in a while, but we do really appreciate you because you guys are the reason that we're here. If it wasn't for you, we're just a bunch of nerds sitting around a table making dick jokes into the wind. Nobody wants that fate. So in a way, in a very real way, you guys make CAFCON happen. Please do, Yorkie. We hope you find them entertaining. Speaking of the old episodes, we all know what's happening next, right?
Indeed.
Right.
Rise of the Free States, Chapter 2. This is your chance to catch up if you haven't already. We'll
Bug
see.
Bob.
Huh?
And tell everyone to bug Bob.
Well, no, I'll talk to Bob. I will give him the formal invitation. Yeah, I'm not going to pressure the guy. All right, he's got a lot going on. He's got a lot on his plate right now. And if he can't do it, he can't do it. I'm not going to shit on him for it. But Tom did make some interesting choices. This was a really good session. Also, don't forget to fill your willpower. I've said my piece. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we're out of here?
I think Orpheus is a good person. At the center, just surrounded by some questionable things, and being a weirdo.
Well, to quote Dio, I had such plans.
Hey, but now you don't have a head, and you can put it on someone else's body.
Yeah. You
Wow.
could put it on Gabriel's body.
Oh my god.
The true Dio path.
Oh, no.
I will take that from the man that killed me.
But then his family line will forever haunt you.
If I die, my ghost is gonna come kick your ass.
All right,
I'm gonna start platinum.
My lovely people, with that, I think we are out. Good night to every single one of you, and thank you.